Hello, viewers. Welcome to our Talking to the Moon series. Okay, so it's a new series about Moonology, and we are on the 27th day of February 2023. Now, even if there are specific dates for our Moonology series readings, no, which we entitled Talking to the Moon, sometimes you will find yourself watching this video even if it's already way beyond the time that it was intended to. Well, there's a reason for it. There is a certain message for you at that point in your life's journey. So this reading, even if there are specific dates in them, they are also timeless in a certain way. The universe brings us to certain videos for specific reasons. So, right now, we are entering the first quarter moon in Gemini. When you look at the card on the right side, you see two people looking very similar people. Gemini is the twin, no? And they are looking at themselves. You try to see closer the image here. You see here? I don't know if you notice it. These two people who are looking at each other, they form an outline of another face. There's a face of a person in between these two people. What comes to me right now is this can symbolize, the one on the left can symbolize your outer self, the physical body. And the one on the right can symbolize your inner self. When they look at each other, when they communicate with each other, when they are in touch with each other, they form a whole person, which is the you that you are giving to the universe. You are your gift to the universe before you. I don't know what this one is. I think for me, what comes to me, the one in between them, is a plant that is growing. For me, it symbolizes you, the you that is evolving, the whole you that is evolving, which is a contribution of both your external and your inner self. Now, when you look at it, look at the moon also. When you look at the moon, half of it is still in shadows, while the other half is already brought to the light. So somehow what started only as a sliver of light is now unfolding halfway through. Okay, and so things are clearer now. You get to see more things, and when things are clearer for us, we get to make better decisions, because somehow you already have a certain experience of a few days, and somehow you see, okay, so this is how things are unfolding. Then you can already discern if this is what you want, or you can change it if you want, because it has not yet completely unfolded itself. So in a certain sense, at this stage in the first quarter moon, you can still change your direction. And that's the beauty of life. We are always given by the divine, by the universe, the freedom of choosing where we want to go. That's why when we read the tarot cards, oftentimes it's only a possible future, and you can always change it. Somehow the tarot cards only gives us glimpses of possibilities, and we can change it. We can choose to follow a different route if we are not happy with it. You can even choose a route that is much better than what is possible. It depends on the choices that we make. And that's the important thing. We shouldn't let what we see from the tarot cards to limit our possibilities. They are just there to encourage us and to make us see things a little bit ahead, so that we can make decisions, better decisions in life. In a certain sense also, they are like mirrors. Just like this person looking at the other person, their inner self, they are like our mirrors to our inner self. We get to see sometimes also what is happening inside us. what is happening in our subconscious mind, and they also allow us to look back into our pasts in order to find healing. So there are a lot of beautiful things that you can look at it, and there are a lot of possibilities. But always remember, whatever unfolds before our life, you always have the freedom to choose which path to go through. So right now, as this chapter is slowly unfolding, uh, we have already passed by the new moon. We are already in the first quarter moon. You are now able to see things much more clearly, and you will be able to make better decisions this time. Just always remember, you can choose the path that you would like to go through. Okay. Uh, it reminds me of Don Juan, who always say, for me, the challenge is choosing a path with the heart and to walk through that path breathlessly, enjoying every single moment, watching the view breathlessly. Now let us try to read from the handbook that accompanies this card. This card belongs to the Moonology Manifestation Oracle Cards by Yasmin Boland. And let's try to read a little bit more regarding the first quarter moon in Gemini. Okay. Think about what you want. By the way, it says here, speak your world into being. Okay. It's when you dream of something, no, people might say, oh, he's living in a, or he or she is living in a make-believe world. Well, actually, when you dream of things, you are not just you're not just imagining things. You are slowly putting into your life. You are slowly planting into your life a kernel of possibilities. You are slowly manifesting something. So when you dream, be careful of what you dream, okay? And don't be afraid to dream. Because when you dream, you slowly manifest what you want into your life. Ask and you shall receive. So dream and you will receive. So don't be afraid to dream. Dreaming is manifesting things. When you dream about it, it will come true at the time of the divine. So speak your world into being. Now we'll try to read from the handbook, and it says here, think about what you want. Do you really believe you can create it? Do you believe you have what it takes, or do you secretly doubt yourself? Worse, are you quietly preparing for failure? Say it ain't so. Okay, so be careful. You try to assess right now, what are you feeling? If there is an inspiration right now or a dream that you have right now, are your thoughts and are your feelings supporting the manifestation of this dream? Or are you unconsciously sabotaging this dream? Do you really believe that it will come true? Or is part of you doubting the possibility of it coming true? So it's good for us at this point, halfway through the realization of whatever inspiration we have right now, to reassess ourselves and try to see, do I have thoughts that are supporting the realization of my dreams, or do my thoughts somehow impose stumbling blocks towards the manifestation of my dreams? Okay, so it's a good time also to take a pause and try to analyze whether our thoughts are supporting our dreams, or our aspirations are supporting our dreams, or are we putting blockages towards the achievement of our goals. Let's continue. Here is the thing. You cannot fool the universe. Repeated affirmations that you don't believe are a waste of time. Believe in your magic. If someone has spoken or written unkind words to you, counter them with kind words to yourself. Okay, if some people try to dampen your parade, okay, put the rain on your parade. Okay, if some people try to dampen your enthusiasm, well, tell yourself something positive. Okay, encourage yourself. When people discourage you, encourage yourself. You are the the driver towards your dream. Okay, try it. Okay, it says, the book says, try it. Okay, if someone has spoken or written unkind words to you, counter them with kind words to yourself. Try it. Speak your world into being. Talk about it as though it is already happening. So don't doubt your dreams. Believe that it is already there. It's like when you were still a child. If you want something, you make believe. You somehow create it in your physical realm, making believe that it's already there. So, for example, even if you still do not have that bike that you are dreaming of, you try to do sort of a recreating play, sort of like you create a certain situation, like play acting, as if it's already there. We have a lot of things like that. Like, for example, if you have a toy car, it makes you feel like you already have a true car, and you play with the car as if you are already driving that car. In a certain sense, there is a beauty in that. We are actually putting already the kernels that can grow into reality. So there are some still informations here regarding manifesting your dream. Now, let's just look at the manifesting mindset. It says here, ask your soul to speak to you. Listen to your heart and not your mind. Write lists of your goals. So maybe this is something that we can do. You clarify things, like, for example, you reaffirm what you started with during the new moon. You reaffirm it by writing it down, reminding yourself, okay, this is my goal and this is what I want to manifest in my life at this stage of my journey. When you write them down, in a certain sense, we are reaffirming that this is what we want in our life. Now, to gain more insights regarding the first quarter moon, we will try to read from the Moon Magic handbook, and the topic here in the Moon Magic handbook, or Magical Lunar Oracle, is first quarter. Okay, the first quarter moon. Let's try to read from the handbook regarding the first quarter moon. They have keywords. They say here, resiliency, suspension, test. Okay, let's read. The first quarter moon card indicates that things are still hanging in the balance and could go either way. Okay, but that the outcome is dependent on you and your action. So it is dependent on us, whether we support our dreams, our aspirations, or whether we put blockages to it by thinking of that we won't be able to attain it. So it depends on the choices we make. Now, let's continue. It is up to you to ensure that you remain on track and stay motivated. Do not give in or give up now, as you are closer to success than you think. Yes, we are halfway. Okay. This card also suggests that challenges might be thrown at you to test how badly you want to succeed. This frequently happens when people are close to achieving their dreams. A spanner, a wrench, okay, a spanner, according to Mr. Google, it's a wrench. Okay, a spanner will be thrown in the works, and you will have to deal with it as graciously as you can. Okay, let's take a pause here and try to see. It's like a spanner will be thrown into the works. I feel what is meant here is that, for example, if you're already like a well-oiled machine, you're already churning towards the direction of your dream, a wrench can be thrown into the machine that is doing well in order to disrupt. Okay, you know how it is when a wrench suddenly falls in a machine that is running. It causes disruption in the functions of the machine and sometimes even destroys the machine. Now, it can be that halfway through, which we are now halfway through towards the full moon, which can symbolize the fullness of your dream. A wrench can be thrown into your journey. That is, a challenge can be given to you. It's not intended to destroy your dream or destroy the realization of your dream. Maybe it is intended for us to learn something as we journey towards the dream. Maybe it is intended for us to become stronger so that we will be able to have that strength to make the dream a reality. There are reasons why certain challenges come our way. They teach us certain lessons, they make us stronger, and maybe in a certain sense, it's sort of like a gentle hand tapping us to the right direction. So sometimes it can be you are about to go to a certain direction and then you find yourself facing an obstacle. And then you find yourself choosing another path. And when you choose that path, you realize that the path you ended up choosing was actually the best path because it led you to your goal much faster than you expected. So look at the challenges as the universe tapping you and somehow giving you instructions. So take pauses when you encounter challenges and try to ask, Lord, what do you mean by this one? Do I need to learn something from this? What should I do? Should I continue through this path or should I turn and follow where you are leading me? So in a certain sense, when you encounter certain wrench that are being thrown into your well-oiled machine, which is your you going forward towards your dream, take a pause and listen to the universe. Maybe the universe is giving us some instructions or guiding us to a different route, which will make our dreams come true faster. So let's continue. So a spanner will be thrown in the works and you will have to deal with it as graciously as you can. So try to look at the challenges as opportunities. Okay, now let's continue. However, this does not mean that you are failing. It is simply a test and a lesson in resilience. Find the good in any negative situation and press ahead. Keep your goal in mind and be aware of what you are working towards. Maybe a vision board could help to keep you motivated. Or try affirming your success on a daily basis. Remember that what you focus on is what you get. So keep imagining your dream with visualization exercises and you are more likely to manifest it in reality. So take the challenges that are being thrown your way as an opportunity to learn and to transform them from stumbling blocks into stepping stones. Now we will try to end this reading with a tarot card. Okay, let's try to see what is our tarot card for this moon cycle, which can symbolize also the main energy that we can have. Okay, we have here the Hanged Man. Okay, so what we have is the Hanged Man. Let's put it here. Okay, so we have here the Hanged Man. When you look at the Hanged Man, the obstacle that he felt for somehow being hanged upside down limits our movement. But this Hanged Man is not discouraged by being tied upside down. You see him, he's very much relaxed. His hands are akimbo and his feet are sort of in a position that makes him feel relaxed. It's quite uncomfortable. I mean, It's better to be hanged on both feet, but for him, he was only hanged on one feet. I think, yeah, when you look at it, there is also a light coming out from the head. He he was able to find himself in a comfortable position, even in a constrained situation. So he is able to remain comfortable even in that situation. So, in a certain sense, for me, the message is, now that you are halfway through, to look at challenges and as opportunities to learn something, uh, an opportunity for us to be enlightened. Now, let us try to read from the right side. On the right side, what is the message of this card? Uh, I will have to get it for a while so that I can read it. It says here, answers can be found when you look at things from a different angle. Suspending your own sense of reality lets you see something from someone else's point of view. Challenge yourself to examine the issue at hand from a different vantage point. Sometimes answers really are closer than they appear. This card is very much in synchronicity with what is being said uh, with the other previous oracle cards. No matter what challenge you're facing, speak your world into being. At the same time, here, when you encounter challenges as if a wrench is thrown to your working machine, look at it as a stepping stone. So, in a certain sense, if you encounter a certain challenge right now, look at it at a different light. You could either look at it as something that is something negative, something that is like, for example, oh, a problem, or you can look at it as something positive. It can be a stepping stone. And sometimes when you see a closed door, you try to look. Maybe that is not the right path. There is another door that might be open. A better door, a door that leads you to your journey, to your goal much faster. Oftentimes it's like that. You encounter certain obstacles along the way. You feel discouraged for a certain period of time because you wanted to go that way and suddenly there is an obstacle. And then you surrender, you resign to the situation, and then you go to the path where there is least resistance and then follow that. And when you go there, you discover, oh, the one that I was looking for is actually here. Okay. And then you learn something more. Not only what you were striving for, but there's something else that you gained. You gained something more. It's the universe telling you which is the better path. It's the universe guiding you which is the shorter route towards your goal. The universe knows what is best. So allow that silent guiding hand to lead you. Sometimes all we need to do is to have that humility to say, I do not know what to do. I do not know where to go. Please lead me. And when we surrender, when we allow the universe to help us, to guide us, the universe surprises us. And then we find ourselves more fortunate, happier, and more fulfilled because we followed that silent guiding hand, which is the Spirit, the Creator, the Divine God, the universe. Okay, so this is what we have for you right now for our Talking to the Moon. I hope that it has been a fruitful video for all of you. Thank you for the likes and comments you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you again soon. Until that moment, may God continue to bless your ways.